is 7:34. Welcome to CBSN Minnesota's Daybreaker. Happy Monday. How you doing? I'm Jason DeRusha. Nice to have you hanging out with us for our digital daily news update. You got your coffee? Are your kids up? I think everybody is back to school now, whether it's remote or not. I hope my kids are up. I think my oldest, his first class is around 7:30. So, Seth, good luck. Go get them today. Let's take a look at the forecast. It's going to be one of those days where you might think about playing hooky, if you could, right? Beautiful day. Little haze out there. Some of that from the wildfires. The jet stream is sending smoke from the wildfires towards the Twin Cities today. So be aware of that if you're sensitive to air quality. We'll keep an eye on it today and see what it looks like. But the high is 77. Very nice. A little breezy tonight, but we're in for a nice little stretch of weather the next couple days. All right, let's talk about this. Since the pandemic started, Wheel of Fortune kind of hit a point where they ran out of new episodes, right? So they're just showing repeats. And you could tell it was a repeat if the prize they won in the bonus puzzle was like $33,000. You're like, that's season 33. Season 38 starts tonight. Pat and Vanna are back. Wheel of Fortune just releasing this kind of teaser video. They have a new set because the contestants need to be 6 feet apart. And so does Pat. Each contestant, this is probably the weirdest thing because they don't want to sanitize the wheel every time. You get a little cap to put on your finger to spin the wheel without touching it. But it got us thinking about game shows. Game shows, one of the oldest types of television around, right? We love games, we love contestants, we love competitions. And so we're asking, what is your favorite game show of all time? Wheel of Fortune back with new episodes starting today at 6:30 here on CCO. Let's get you up to date on some of the news headlines. A plane is missing near South St. Paul this morning, and there's been a search going on overnight. Investigators say that plane was supposed to land at Fleming Field, which is in South St. Paul, but never made it. They're trying to track down the plane's last location. They've also been searching the Mississippi River near Gray Cloud Island. So all of this kind of in the St. Paul Park, South St. Paul area, right along the river there. They've put up some drones trying to find evidence of the plane. We don't really know anything about who was on board, when that plane was supposed to land, all of that, but that is kind of the latest on that. We'll keep you up to date on CBSN Minnesota. What an ugly start of the season for the Minnesota Vikings. We can't show highlights here on this digital broadcast, and for that, you're welcome, unless you're a Packers fan. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers pummeled the Vikings. You know, the score made it look close, right? 43-34. But boy, when the Vikings defense gives up 43 points, I don't think anybody saw that coming. Tailgating experience, you know, they said no tailgating, no fans. How weird is it to have Sunday football, Packers, Vikings, border battle? Nobody downtown, nobody at US Bank Stadium, but the people we talked to said they were glad that football was back.
It is kind of funny that there's nobody tailgating except for us and then the other group that's from Green Bay. And, you know, it's a nice little rivalry, a little ribbon here and there.
Guy's savage. Only a few fans made their way to US Bank Stadium. What do you think about this? Like, can you imagine? It's like, no fans allowed, there's not going to be any tailgating, but these folks are like, you know what? I'm getting on my jersey, I'm packing up my Vizio TV, and off I come. I don't know. Great. I think it's great. I think it's crazy. The Vikings did pay tribute to George Floyd. They welcomed his family to the game, and after that, Floyd's family launched a foundation in his name in Minneapolis, and kind of a cool first donation here, right? A $5,000 gift to Salvation Army Harbor Light Center. Floyd worked at that shelter for about a year and a half, helping and protecting the homeless families and people who live there. The families of Jamar Clark, Philando Castile, also at that event with the Floyds, and of course everyone calling for an end to police brutality.
I plan to do a lot of police reform, police brutality, uplift a lot of people to come in and be able to have careers as CDL drivers. That's what my brother did when he was living.
Families of Jamar Clark, well, I already said that, so there you go. That was George Floyd's sister, who is running that foundation for the family. 50 days out from the November election today. Yeah, 50 more days of this, huh? That's fun. New CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows Joe Biden with a sizable lead over President Trump in Minnesota. 9 points. We've seen a number of polls with that 9 percentage point. Biden at 50, Trump at 41. But, you know, we've seen this before, haven't we? President Trump set to visit Arizona today after holding a campaign rally in Nevada last night. Both Biden and President Trump will be making stops in Minnesota Friday. So that's what's interesting to me, right? You have this sense that the polls are not very close, 9 points, a sense that perhaps the electorate, the swing vote has shifted since the last presidential election. But both campaigns visiting here makes you think they think that it's close. Biden's campaign hasn't told us where he's going on Friday. President Trump plans to hold an event that evening at the Bemidji Airport, and then he's going to go to central Wisconsin. Right now, Gulf states preparing for tropical storm Sally. Ugh, just unfair, right? Forecasters expect Sally to become a hurricane today as it makes landfall, possibly near New Orleans tomorrow. Multiple areas in Louisiana under mandatory evacuation orders. National Weather Service says, you know the drill. Heavy rain, strong winds, life-threatening storm surge. Sally hit Florida with quite a bit of rain over the weekend. Another Wisconsin college has locked it down. COVID-19 and college campuses seem to be bad combination, right? University of Wisconsin-La Crosse suspended all in-person undergraduate classes for at least 2 weeks because of climbing cases after only 4 days back in class. The school says it's now requiring face coverings everywhere on campus, both indoors and outdoors. UW-Madison made a similar decision last week. Let's update you on the coronavirus vaccine. Some good news on a couple fronts here. Pfizer's CEO Albert Bourla told CBS's Face the Nation his company expects to deliver a vaccine before the end of the year. The company's already manufactured hundreds of thousands of doses in hopes of FDA approval after its trial finishes, and then they can ship immediately. AstraZeneca has resumed the testing of its vaccine, and Minnesota was involved in this test. The drug maker abruptly halted phase 3 trials last week. One of the people taking part in the trials came down with an unexplained illness, but after a couple of days of investigating, and no explanation as to what exactly happened, they are saying that the vaccine was not the culprit. More pandemic fallout. And this one's tough, folks. Peeps are not going to be back in stores until next year. I know. Halloween may be canceled in your neighborhood, and you're not going to get a Halloween peep. You're not going to get a Christmas peep. The Peeps people said they suspended production. They shut down the plants. Said, look, we don't want all our workers coming in here. We'll shut it down. So no Halloween peeps, no Christmas peeps, no Valentine's peeps. Hopefully next year they'll be back in action. Ugh. Just everyone together. I just want you to know we're going to get through this. We'll get through it together. Peeps. Okay, I think we're going to be all right. Eric is here. It's time to...
I'm not all right.
No?
I didn't know it
do you
was
like
gonna get
Peeps?
this bad.
Do you like Peeps?
Oh, I hate Peeps.
Yeah. Does anyone... Wendy, do you like Peeps? No. Riley? No. Yeah. Nobody likes
Unanimous?
Peeps. My wife likes Peeps.
Okay.
I think she'll be fine. I don't know. I don't really care if that's what's going to do her in.
Forget about Daybreaker. That's a deal breaker. Get it?
That's what we should have called this, then.
The deal breaker.
CBS Minnesota Deal Breaker.
Speaking of deals, Let's Make a Deal is one of the...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Old school? People like Monty Hall, or do they like the new...
They didn't specify, but I
Wayne
assume
Brady
they're talking
show.
about the CBS...
Wayne Brady, of
show
course.
that-
Why would they be? Monty Hall was a CBS production back in
Oh,
the day.
sure, yeah. A guy still said Double Dare. He loved the slime.
Oh, Double Dare. Mark Summers.
He and other people
Great
also
host.
mentioned Supermarket Sweep. Tough to beat people racing down the aisles loading up on ham and laundry detergent. I understand that,
It's coming back.
well,
There's
it's
a
coming
remake.
back too, but at least in the old version, none of that stuff was refrigerated.
Oh,
And they would shoot
gross.
for like a week.
Yeah.
And by the end of the week, that ham was leaking.
Oh, disgusting. I always wondered if it was a prop. I didn't assume it was a real ham.
Unrefrigerated beef.
Ugh. You know, when you hear that, when you hear the sound of the beep, that means it's time for supermarket sweep. I can't tell you the name of that host. He used to wear those awful sweaters, though.
Yeah, he was a
that
sweater
much,
guy.
yeah.
Michael said Card Sharks.
I like the old Card Sharks. I don't like the remake. Too many cards. The old Card Shark. You know, I think people know like what a crazy game show fan I am.
Yeah.
Can I do this? I think I'm allowed to do this. To play a theme song from
sure.
my phone. I think that's fine, right?
The
So
other-
I have a CD of game show themes on my phone, but the Card Sharks theme is a good one, I think. Right?
Yeah, I remember.
All right.
It's a Proustian moment for us.
But
right
then
there.
it really gets going. Come on.
I liked the theme song for a $10,000 pyramid.
That's
You have that one
my
too?
phone ringer.
Is it really? if I rang you right now.
If you were to call me, it would play the pyramid theme.
I don't think anybody said my favorite. Yeah,
That's a good one.
some good tambourine.
Dick
in that.
Clark, one of the best game show hosts. I mean, come on.
And then nobody said my favorite, which is Match Game.
Oh, so
Love
Match
Match
Game
Game.
is on. We watch the Match Game. We watch WCCO 4 News at noon, and then we watch the Match Game every day.
We
at
watch
home.
Match
the kids-
Game usually
kids like the
more
Match
days
Game.
than not. Yeah,
Old school the remake of Match Game is one of the few remakes that I actually like.
I agree too. I think it gets it kind of right. The Press Your Luck remake, I'm a really big fan of too.
You know, I like that too. And my mom called me up. What's her name? The actress who's the host?
Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth Banks. My mom calls me up and she's like, I don't like this host. I'm
I love this host.
I'm like, I like Elizabeth Banks. I think she's really good. It's hard to be a good game show host, and I think she's very
Agreed.
good. All right, I hope you enjoyed the. Should I play one
play
more
us out.
song? I do. No one said the feud. The Family Feud, I think, is good. Old school. I don't like the new one. I'm sorry. Price is Right. It's the best. All right, this was fun. Hope you guys have a great Monday. Thanks for watching the CBSN Minnesota Daybreaker. We'll see you back here tomorrow.